Hey guys, so we started this new series, The Black Charlatan, during the month of February to highlight a lot of our individuals within the community right here in Charlotte and surrounding areas. So we introduced you to someone new last week. This week we have the pleasure of introducing to you not one, but two individuals. First, we have Sean Corbett, who is the owner of the Lucky Spot Barbershop right here in Charlotte. And then we have Mr. Gary McFadden. I don't even know how to say extraordinaire. Let's just say that. So, Sean, first tell us your business. Tell us where your shop is located.
I own the Lucky Spot Barbershop. It's on 3720 North Tryon Street, Suite 102, next door to the original Chicken Box.
Okay. And Mr. McFadden, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm a retired homicide detective from Charlotte Police Department after 30 years. Retired July 31st, came back September 1st. So now I'm just in the community, just trying to help bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community.
And the reason why I wanted you all to know exactly what these individuals do is because I met these two moderating an amazing event that they've come together to do called Cops and Barbers. So I know you're kind of like, Cops and Barbers, how does this work? It really is one amazing event to really bridge the gap between our youth, our community, and law enforcement. So I'm going to actually let them tell you a little bit how this came about. Sean?
Right after the Michael Brown verdict, I watched them tear down their community. I watched how the people reacted in Ferguson. And at the time, I had an 18-year-old son, just bought him a car. So it was I can easily see that it was easy for him to get pulled over on a Friday night coming from somewhere, and he didn't know the proper way of how to interact with law enforcement. And as a parent, I didn't know the right way to teach him. And so I figured if I felt that way, there was probably a lot of other parents. And so that was just one component. But like the main component is it gives people an opportunity to voice their opinion, because there's so many people out here that feel like they don't have a voice. You know, they're not being heard. And so it just allows people to get a lot of things off their chest, and you'll be amazed some of the things that can get done over a simple conversation.
Mr. McFadden, so what is your take on this situation from a law enforcement perspective in regards to how you guys connected to bring Cops and Barbers to life?
Well, it was absolutely the best time you could ever have. We were spending in the problems of Charlotte, and Baltimore and all the other cities that had problems. So we were in the middle of it trying to figure out what to do. And when the chief called me and said that the North Carolina Barbers Association had an idea, need to meet with them. So when I went to them, they said, Sean had this idea. So we sat down, and like I still joke about it, we sat down, eat some chicken wings, talk, everything. Sean said, you take that piece. I knew Sean was going to take that piece, and we left. And we knew our direction. And after that, it became great. We didn't expect it to take off like this. And first meeting was a year ago, Super Bowl Sunday. And
Gotcha.
We were amazed. 250 to 300 people came out. And from that point, it rolled.
Main question that we want to get answered here is, what are the biggest issues that you see within Charlotte, and what needs to change, and how can we start that?
We don't have the honest, true conversation that we need to have, and then we are not reaching the kids. Everybody's having forums, everybody's having dialogue, everybody's having everything, but the people that we're talking about are not at the meetings,
Right.
and they're not in some of the communities that we need to go into. Sad to say, we're not catching the low hanging fruit on the trees. We're just up there where it's blossoming and everything, but if we catch the kids who are being suspended, who do not like the police, have a conversation with them, have dinner with them, be terrific.
And that's the important thing of hence Cops and Barbers. That's his aspect and his component as being a law enforcement. But by me being a barber, I represent those kids getting suspended. I represent the kids that don't go to church, or they feel a certain way about clergy, or they don't deal with police, period. But even though they don't like all of those people, they love their barber.
Right.
And so by me stepping forward and saying, okay, this is what we need to do to make this change, you have more people, the people that we're really trying to reach, like he said, the ones that aren't at these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
They come because they say, hey, well, if my barber says okay, I trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I have an opportunity to come across kids that I'm the most consistent male in their life than their fathers. They know that they can see me every Friday at 5 o'clock, but they probably haven't seen their father in a couple years. And so if I say, hey, this is the things that we need to do to make this change, to make sure that you're safe walk into the store in your neighborhood, this is what we got to do, and then they kind of follow suit.
Last thing for the road, for anyone who wants to get involved with Cops and Barbers, how would they need to go about that?
Let Gary go first.
Well, I mean, if they really want to get involved, they can call me and I can give my number, or they can call the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department and we can get them involved. But you know, what we ask you to be really involved. Just don't come to us, because everybody now sees this is a vehicle that has taken off.
Right.
Now everybody wants to, as they say, bandwagon with us, but don't come with us because it's political. Don't come with us because we can come to your church. Come with us to make a difference in their community and in the eyes of these kids, and that's what we want. You know, it's the hottest thing out. Everybody wants to tag along, but you know, we're gonna want this thing to go for years and years and years on, not just something to happen tomorrow. The initial G McFadden at cmpd.org.
There we go. So guys, great highlights of this week. Cops and Barbers is going to be one amazing event, and these two gentlemen are instrumental with doing some amazing things within our community right here in Charlotte. And this is the reason why I wanted to introduce them to you. So thanks again for watching another highlight of the Black Charlatan.